Yeah, let's talk about a longer-term shareholder then, shall we? Krista Gardell and Cevian. They are not a short-term trader. They've been a pretty consistent shareholder in you. How's the conversation about your ownership structure with Cevian these days? I mean, this time a year ago, they wanted you to have American ownership. What's the situation now?
Yeah, we have a good relationship with Cevian. Cevian's been a supportive shareholder for several years now, since they came in, I think, in 2017. So we have a good discussion with them. That doesn't mean we always agree on everything, but I think it's been a good shareholder for us. So, overall, I feel very comfortable about our shareholder structure. And this whole discussion about ownership, where it's going to go, etc., I think I'll let actually my shareholders comment on that more than me as a manager in the company. I think you should hook up with Krista to discuss that.
I'll hook up with Krista or even the Wallenbergs as well, because they have a different view about the long-term Swedish ownership, I know. But seriously though, Börje, do you feel that actually, given the current environment, what we're seeing, actually it would make sense to have, dare I say, a closer relationship with the United States, whether that came in the shareholding or some other way?
If you look around the world, there are really a couple of front-runner markets that are critical for us. The U.S. is one. And, we last year inaugurated our new factory in the U.S., which is actually manufacturing all the 5G gear for the North American market. And that's in Texas, and we started that. So our commitment to expanding the presence in North America is very strong. Then if that impacts ownership is a separate question, but you will see us increase our presence there, just like we did with the acquisition of Cradlepoint as well. So we are gradually getting stronger in North America.
Can I just ask you about the margin here for the networks business, Börje? And fascinating that in this environment you've pushed up the margin from 41.1 to 43.5. To what extent is that a reflection of the scramble among your customers to make their existing internet services and 5G capabilities robust in the pandemic? And do you see that trailing off once we get the other side of this pandemic?
We see that the demand for the digital infrastructure and connectivity is actually going up. So what you have seen with the pandemic is, of course, the demands on that mobile infrastructure and fixed infrastructure, for that matter, have actually grown substantially. So we do believe that demand is here to stay, because even when the pandemic is resolved, we believe it's likely that we will see more remote working rather than less in the future. So I think the demand for digital infrastructure will just increase also after the pandemic. Then we are at a bit of a unique time period because we see 5G getting rolled out. It's still not rolled out on a global basis, but countries that are early now, they are aggressively pushing forward because they see that the value of applications that run on top of 5G can easily be 5 to 10 times the value of the network investment. So it's a great accelerator for a country. And that's what we see. We see it in North America, we see it in China, we see it in Australia, we see it in the Middle East. And that's very encouraging.